Cheers, Muses! I'm Erica Papillon-Posey, and welcome to another episode of Suits Souls by EPP, where I inspire you toward your style muse with timeless, classic, prim looks from my boudoir, as well as some content to assist you in your very best lifestyle. And as a reminder, do hang out until the end for the mini photo shoot that I provide for you at the conclusion of this episode. And in today's episode, we're talking about global style. Global style, in a nutshell, is merely having a wardrobe without borders. It is a style that speaks in any language. More broadly, curating a wardrobe of confidence, adaptability, and individuality with a universal appeal is global style. And the three outfit inspirations that I have for you today, I think really do speak to what it means to curate an ensemble and a wardrobe more broadly with mass appeal, mass global appeal. And the first look that I have for you today is really centered around houndstooth. Actually, the first two looks that I have for you today have a houndstooth aesthetic to it. And we know the houndstooth pattern and print has literally been around for hundreds of years. And houndstooth is actually one of those old world, old money patterns that really speaks to elegance, chicness, sophistication, again, classic, timeless, and yes, prim. I really would attribute all of those adjectives to the houndstooth pattern and print. So the first look that we have for you is an entire Zara suit in the houndstooth print. So let's jump into it, right? Look at this beautifully cut blazer. I love the craftsmanship of it. Again, Zara has been doing the doggone thing. I actually just applied for my ambassadorship for Zara because I'm just so in love with what they've been doing. And all of the offerings that they've been giving us lately, they have been on point. As you know, I've been shopping at Zara even before it was popular or came to the United States. As a person that traveled abroad quite often, I learned of Zara from my travels abroad over two decades ago. But this jacket is, it's the piece de resistance in terms of print, in terms of design, in terms of just the quality. Look. 3-button. There is a double pocket on this side, a single pocket on this side. It really does give you, like, again, the old world equestrian feel. Also the construction of the collar that you can see here. I love the extra look. On the sleeves, you have no buttons for a seamless look, but with that split there that is attached, the split, it still exists, but it attached just for some features, some effect there, but no buttons on it for a clean, more seamless look to it. Let's look at the trousers that go along with this blazer. I love the divoting that goes on in the back of the trouser there, as you can probably see in the video. I love the cut of the trouser. And again, all punctuated in this houndstooth print. But how did we accessorize and really bring this houndstooth look, this ensemble to life? Let me show you the accessories. Now, there is nothing that speaks to me like the epitome of sophistication, high class, high street looks than YSL. You know that I have my version of the YSL Lee pump in the Steve Madden version here. So I paired these heels with that look as well as my YSL satchel here. Is this not a fantastic look? Tell me what you think. But not only did we do that, but I actually went a step further, as you can tell from the video, with these glasses, these vintage aviators. Yes, old world, vintage go together beautifully in the same anything, right? But we did the glasses as well as I belted the blazer with this, just a simple belt from Amazon. These are all leather. I will tag them in the description for you. Last time I checked, they were still available, but I actually have this belt in every color because it really is just a typical traditional, all around universal belt, belted accessory that goes really with anything. Again, with these vintage aviator-esque glasses also from Amazon. Tell me what you think about this look. I think it is just, again, such an all-around, again, universal look for any border, just any place in the world. That is the great thing about universal global style. It just transcends borders. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Style is style. Whenever I'm traveling abroad, I generally still get compliments about the way that I dress, regardless of where I am. Europe more broadly, but regardless of if I'm in Turkey, if I have been to St. Petersburg, Russia before. I have been to, God, a number of places, Austria, you name it, I have been there. So many places. And my style just seems to get universal compliments wherever I go. And I think it's because I've been very careful in curating a style that really does speak to a multitude of people, a multitude of cultures. And again, class is class. It really is. It is something that you can cultivate. So I challenge you to do that as well. Moving on to look number 2. Again, this is another one of those houndstooth looks. And I picked this jacket up, gosh, some time ago when I was still shopping in Marshall's. And I actually highlighted it with a lot of accessories, again, in the houndstooth print, but it has like this bifold effect of the houndstooth pattern going on in it, with more of like a chevron on one side, actually, and then accented with the houndstooth print on the other side. You see all of this gold action, this gold hardware going on in the blazer, again, highlighted with this koi. You all know that I love this Black designer, jewelry designer. She just started in handbags as well. Koi, you can find her anywhere, koi.com, shopkoi.com, and she's also on Instagram as well. But look at this beautiful brooch here that I have on the collar of this cropped jacket. But what also makes it, give it this vintage, old world appeal and style, are the horse bit decorative hardware on the pockets there. And it's not busy. It's not overwhelming. It is not too much, which is why you didn't need a lot of jewelry with this look. I did intentionally not wear a lot of jewelry. I just went for the additional accentuation on the collar with the brooch here. And I also have the matching ring, as you can tell in the video here. But I went in, I don't know if you can tell in the jacket here on the houndstooth side, it actually is, the colors are actually this burgundy, this maroon color actually, black, and then this beige color. Well, I brought the black out by pairing the look with black trousers, which I'm currently wearing right now, these black trousers here. Great, fantastic, again, old world, old money, chic, elevated high street look. I also went in again with my YSL dupes of the Steve Madden version of, these are called Divine. I know that they're still available as well. And I think 3 different colors with Steve Madden, but they're fantastic. And I think they're a wonderful alternative if you don't want to pay the $600, $700, $800 for the YSL Lee version. These were actually, I think, $100 when I purchased them, but they're a fantastic alternative if you're like me and you don't like spending, or you will not spend copious amounts or ungodly amounts for those high street items, but you still want the high street look. Steve Madden has some great options in that sense. And with look number 2, I went in and further accessorized with this new Arcadia handbag that I have. You've seen the patent leather black one that I have in this exact iteration, and I found this this burgundy color the other day, I think maybe a week ago. And of course I went for it. Of course I went for it. I would say that Arcadia, the Arcadia brand, is one of my all-time top 5 favorite Italian brands. When it comes to luxury handbags, for a great price point, for an affordable price point, and when I say affordable, I would say in the $200 to $500 range. And you know, I generally have a price point limit of about $200, and I actually got this one for $200 because I do not like going beyond that price point. I just don't think that products are worth buying that much, spending that much money on. Again, I would rather keep my money in my pocket. I know for a fact, having been in the retail space, from my days in college and things like that, when I was working side jobs and things like that, having been a retail manager for a brief period of time, but always having been a connoisseur of nice things, a connoisseur of luxury items, but again, for a lower price point. You make the look. The look does not make you. You make the item does not make you. Most of it, again, you hear me use the word confidence a lot. Your confidence, your personal self-awareness has a lot to do with your ability to be able to pull off a particular type of look or a garment or an accessory that, maybe sometimes people just don't have the wherewithal or, again, the confidence, the courage to be able to wear a particular thing. But it all depends. It all lands squarely on you and how you feel pulling a look off. But what I do differently with this look, as you can probably tell from the video or the photos here, I went in and further highlighted that houndstooth print with this baseball cap. Yes. Isn't this a cool cap? Now, I don't know, you can't see on the back there, but it actually cinches at the back here. It doesn't have like that Velcro effect on it, which I really did appreciate in this cap, because generally you're going to have that snap action going on in the back, or you're going to have the Velcro action going on in the back, which I don't like. It's a bit crude, but it is technically more of like an athletic type of hat wear. Yes. So I understand it, but I appreciate more of the draw effect going on here for being able for sizing purposes on this hat. But let me know what you think about having paired this cap with that cropped jacket. Does it take away from the old world look for you? I actually rather enjoyed it and gave it, again, something just veering off the path just a little bit. And maybe sometimes you're out walking out and about and you want to shield yourself from the shade, like I often do if I've been exposed to the sun too much. And I just thought it was a great departure for the look. Let me know what you think about look number 2. And before we get to look number 3 in our 3 outfit inspirations of global style for the day, color is also universal. Color is also global and translates across cultures and can mean so many different things, which is exactly what I was going for when I pulled out this red ensemble with you. Red is my color. As an Aries, as a fire sign, my ruling planet is Mars. Red, red, red. I am a fire sign, and red has been growing on me recently. I have been wanting to explore red more. Of course, red looks fantastic on our skin color. Yeah. And actually, the top that I'm wearing now, this checkered print top from Zara, actually is layered under look number 3 that I'm preparing to show you. But where red is concerned, red is confidence, it is courage, it is boldness, and it is effortlessly and endlessly chic, is it not? But style, where color is concerned, can be both culturally enriching and internationally resonant. So let's look at that with look number 3. With this suit from Zara, yeah, this is another end of season sale acquisition for me that I picked up recently. It is not necessarily the silhouette as far as the blazer is concerned that I really do love. The silhouette is really generally what does it for me. As someone that has longer legs, I am petite, with a shorter torso. I like anything that cinches that waist in and pulls me in for a tighter, more taut silhouette. I'm all about a silhouette. This jacket, this blazer, doesn't quite have that tuck in, that pull in effect that we've been seeing in the blazers more recently. And I would say about the past 6 months to a year, but I still made it work, right? Because it is still a beauty. It has all of the traditional darting, pockets, black buttons on this particular one, the venting on the back, and all of, again, the traditional darting that should go on in a well-made blazer with these matching trousers. Again, with the black buttons here, the darting that goes on there. And it also has these wonderful inseams that go along the back leg of the trouser. They're not in the front, but they actually, you see them, they're featured on the back of the trouser. So that makes these special. And they are particularly long. Very dramatic, wide leg, bold trouser, pant leg. And you know me, I am good for a bold, dramatic, wide leg trouser. Now, when I do wear bold, wide leg, dramatic trousers, I generally have to wear a high platform with them, or I would be broke on using tailors alone, because I'd have to have every single solitary pair of my trousers hemmed because I'm so short. But that's where my Michael Kors comes in, and many other platforms that I have. So Michael Kors, my Martinas, again, leather. Love the entire outfit and design of this shoe, the structure of it, the comfortableness of it, the ease with which I can walk in it. I have had many of you say to me, I wish I could wear these. There's no way, there's no way. Actually, they're very easy to walk in. And I don't know if I'm saying that as a former bodybuilding and fitness competitor that had to be on the stage in these height of heels, but these are supported by the 2.5-inch platform that they sit on. This is a 5-inch heel, but if you split the difference with the 2.5-inch platform that they're sitting on, it really does make it feel like you're only walking on 3 inches, for instance. These are fantastic. And of course, I actually paired with another classic old world high street item like my YSL satchel here. Is this not a great pairing, or what, to highlight those black buttons on the suit there? Yes. And then, of course, I went in with the, as I said, this button down. Also from Zara. I love the texture, the feel of this top. It is a durable, almost like a muslin material. The other thing that I absolutely appreciate about the top that I am wearing is it has shoulder pads here to give you a more defined, accentuated shoulder area there. Love it. Right? And let's see what else was there. Of course, my jewels, all of the jewelry that I'm wearing here. If I can find it, if it is still available, I will always link it for you below. Everything. Always be sure to check the description if you are interested in anything that you see me wearing today. You know, I will always try to link what I can, or if I can find something comparable, I will always do so. There you have it. 3 outfit inspirations that all speak to global mass style appeal. Again, a universality in terms of how we show up in the world that transcends borders, a wardrobe without borders, a wardrobe of style that speaks in any language. And that is actually why I created the Style Muse Method, my new 8-step style guide to your style muse, because I really do get compliments, as I said a few minutes ago, no matter where I have been in the world, as to my overall style appeal, my overall style aesthetic. And my guide really does speak to that. So when I say classic, timeless, prim, that is precisely what I mean. You cannot go wrong with a wardrobe that you have curated and cultivated for any season, for any trend. It will always be relevant. The way you appear will always be timeless. And that is the goal for dressing with a global mass appeal. So be sure to pick up your new 8-step style guide to your style muse, the Style Muse Method, at the link below. at the QR code here on the screen and get started today on your global appeal Style Muse journey. And before I let you go, don't forget, open registration is upon us for the 5 Senses of Florence. So go ahead, register now. You do not have to pay your deposit to register. Deposits are due Monday, October 6th. So go ahead, register now so that you can accept the terms and conditions. You can see all that goes into the tour, what the preliminary itinerary will be, and it just registers your interest. I can't wait to see you all at our next tour, the 5 Senses of Florence, June 1 through 7, 2026. And there you have it. Thank you so very much for joining me on another episode of Suits Souls by EPP. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for notifications on all new episodes. And if you're not already doing so, head on over to Instagram and follow me there at Suits Souls by EPP. But as always, until we meet again, a presto, muses. Ciao.
Double leather labels us quick, rich mocha hue, melanin